Alright, another open Dragon Mouth. And honestly, there hasn't been much going on for the past few weeks, but what has started? The World Cup in Russia, and you know what that means? Lots of Zabivaka fan art. It's been going on ever since they announced Zabivaka. The numerous amount of fan art, both clean and how should I say it? Explicit. But I've been seeing that they're now kind of marketing him, as there's been some toys that have been released, like these little figurines, little miniature figurines, which include 8 with his typical outfit on, and I counted 11, which he wears an international flag. He wears one that represents a different country. And on top of that, there's also a miniature soccer ball, or football if you're outside America. And so I think they realize how popular he is and now are taking advantage of it. Although, I guess it's nothing new, because other hosts have done that in the past. But I would expect that he's going to be a big seller. Let's see. In other news. Oh, by the way, I don't know if anyone here in America is watching the World Cup, just because that United States failed to even qualify for the World Cup, so they're not playing. Although we are hosting it in 8 years in partnership with Canada and Mexico. At least Trump won't be around by that time. Anyway, what's up next? An update to a previous story. I mentioned pounce.org after a law was recently set concerning sexual activity, illegal activity. I think what was I talking about? Child trafficking laws. Pounce.org was concerned about it, and they hired a lawyer to try to figure out what was going on. But now that in the end, they have decided to end operations, and their site is going to shut down on July 1st. So they have put up a letter with their decision. They did say they will not sell your information. They're not going to utilize data outside the context of operating it. So this goes back to FOSTA, which is the law that we're talking about. It increases the liability significantly to those who run their websites. And there was a protection under Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, which said, quote, "No provider or user of an interactive computer service shall be treated as the publisher or speaker of any information provided by another information content provider." That was their protection from being sued should have a sex trafficking or prostitution occurred on their website. Well, now that protection is gone. They didn't have to worry about what other users had said on that on using it. But now with that protection being gone, the bill, the section now states, the bill amends the federal criminal code to add a new section that imposes penalties, a fine, a prison term up to 10 years, or both on a person who, using a facility or means of interstate or foreign commerce, owns, manages, or operates an interactive computer service, or attempts or conspires to do so, to promote or facilitate the prostitution of another person. Now, I know pounce.org, and I definitely know that that is not what they did, nor do I believe that they have ever did that. But because that they have limited resources and a small volunteer staff, the risk of getting caught up in a lawsuit has significantly increased, and they feel that it's just not worth continuing on. So what will happen after July 1st is they're going to try to make they're going to find some way to make your data available to you for a period of time if you use pounce.org. After all which, they're going to destroy all the data. So if you want to take some of your data out of pounce.org, you can do that. After July 1st, it's all going to be gone. So yeah, just blame it on that law. Other news, some big news in the world of animation. John Lasseter, who is the chief creative officer of Pixar, if you know Toy Story, Frozen, Cars, well, he has announced that he is going to be stepping down, and this is big because he was with Pixar since they pretty much first started. And why is this? It is because of some complaints about, quote, unwanted workplace hugging. And under I was a little confused with how that was put out. But this is close to being under workplace sexual harassment. It's close. Basically, if you are on the receiving end of some unwanted touching, any yeah, even if it was a hug, all you have to do is just tell them stop. That there would be enough. Apparently, this didn't stop, and this could be a problem nowadays. Mr. Lasseter has been known for his happy-go-lucky persona and tends to greet anyone in his proximity with lengthy bear hugs. In fact, in 2011, the Wall Street Journal published a photo slideshow of his frequent hugs, and says he has handed out at least 48 of them in one day at the office. Now, him keeping count, that's a little strange. But ever since this was revealed back in November, he said he would take a 6-month sabbatical. But he has now made the announcement in a lengthy email to his employees, apologizing to anyone that was on the receiving end of his hugs. As strange as that sounds, but nowadays you can get in trouble if you do it too much. And if you also combine it with an article from the Hollywood Reporter that cited, quote, grabbing, kissing, and making comments about physical attributes as recurring behavior by Mr. Lasseter, especially after he consumes alcohol. So now he's going to be on a consulting role for the remainder of the year, and then he will step down. So now with him leaving the chief creative officer position, Disney has not announced who's going to be replacing him, or nor have they put out any names. We do want to note that some possibilities. If I can, I know I saw them just a moment ago. Let's see. Yeah, just give me one moment. I know I had it out. I had it on here just a moment ago. Let's see. Yeah. I can't find. I'm sorry. I had it here just a minute ago and I've lost it. So now what it comes down to is that I mean, like I said, he's contributed to a lot of the Pixar movies that we have seen. So once he leaves, what does this mean for the creativity in Pixar's future? I have all the confidence in the world that they're still going to bring out quality content for all of us to enjoy. So we will see who they announce will take over very soon. Let's see, what else we got? Some gaming news. First one I want to go with is now I've played Super Smash Brothers, both on the original one on the N64 and the latest one. I think it was 4 on the 3DS. But now they have announced a new Super Smash Brothers. It's going to be called Ultimate, and so now, what characters are we going to get in there? Well, they announced it's going to be all of them. Every single character that has appeared in this series is going to be a playable fighter. So I'd say I like this. So some more choices, and I think I'm going to enjoy this. So we'll see when they put out some more stuff about this new one coming out. And of course, it is going to be for the Switch. So I don't know if there's going to be a 3DS version, but we will see. But we do know it's going to be on the Switch. A different game that was revealed for the Switch. They showed off more of Starlink, a Battle for Atlas, which is an open-world, toy-based space game. So I see a picture on there, and it kind of looks like Skylanders. Now, notable is that they revealed a trailer, and there's going to be an exclusive edition in the game for the Switch. It is that you can play as Fox McCloud from the Star Fox series. So, and I think it'll fit, seeing that it's a space game, and that's pretty much where Star Fox takes place. So I'm pretty open to that. I would like to see a bit more information on what's going to be going on with Starlink, especially since I don't even own a Switch yet. So I would assume that some more furries are going to be looking into this game. And remember that this is only going to be on the Switch, the exclusive character, by the way. Just a couple of stuff for upcoming conventions. I mentioned last time that Midwest Fur Fest is doing a lottery for the remaining rooms in the Hyatt. That deadline has come and gone, and they expect that this process can take up to 2 weeks, and they'll keep everyone updated. So I'll probably bring out more information to you on the next video. And I put in my entry, so let's hope for the best. It's going to be a little tough considering that Midwest Fur Fest is now #1 on attendance. And the other thing, Anthrocon is coming up in a few weeks, and I will get to the information on it on the next video. I do want to say that I did apply to play the dances. It won't be me this year, and I wasn't expecting to be in there, considering that they're a big convention. And there's some big name DJs in there. They did say that there were some newcomers in there. So, I think their Twitter put out their who they are going to have. Let me see if they've put them on the schedule yet. Did they have it yet? Okay, they have not put up the DJs on the schedule yet, but they have put out the emails to the DJs, and they just need to get the confirmations from them before they put them on the schedule. So yeah, I won't be spinning the dances this time. Also, one other one that I have been I've been looking at that I usually go to, Furcon, a smaller convention. I have no idea what is going on with them, because they said that they're going to a new hotel this year, and right now, to my knowledge, a date has not been set yet. So they are going to still be in Birmingham, Alabama, but I don't know when or what hotel it's going to be at, because they haven't laid out all the details yet. So it's probably not going to come around in October. We will see, because that is one of the places where I do DJ at. But right now, I've been withholding my submission until I figure out what is going on with them. And the reason for the move is because the old hotel, it's under a new brand, and so whatever they got to get everything worked out, because I think that it was the second. They usually do. I think they do 2-year contracts, and I think they weren't going to make a deal with this one here. So we'll find out sometime soon. But yeah, I'll have information on Anthrocon on the next video when July comes around. And luckily, I do have time for that this time, since it's going to be after the 4th of July. So yes, I'll be happy to do that. Alright, so till then, Dragon's Mouth is now closing.